I'm Chris Reeve, the Digital Content Manager at Digital Boss, and welcome to the 14th episode of Social Sessions. It's 2019, we've kicked off with a bang. Today we've got JaackMaate on our channel talking about how he got 1 million YouTube subscribers. Bribery. Jack, first of all, tell us just a wee bit more about yourself and your YouTube channel.
I live in a shed, as you can see, and I just make weekly content. I do podcasts, I do celebrity interviews. Mainly I just moan about things and moan about other YouTubers. I've been doing it for about 10 years now.
It's gone quite well, hasn't it?
It's gone alright, mate. Yeah, it's gone alright. 1 million subscribers, as you kindly said in the intro. Still haven't got my plaque yet though, so still waiting for that. YouTubers obviously get a 1 million plaque when they hit it. But no, it's gone really well. It was only once I did a video about a certain YouTuber's advent calendar that it boomed. I always struggle to say this word, plateau? What's it called when things just sort of plateau?
Yeah.
You can tell I'm a YouTuber because I can't say actual words. But for 7 years it sort of just like plateaued and stayed around about 100k. Then I'd done that video and it just went boom, so I'm sort of still riding that wave. Could be all over tomorrow, but I'll take it.
1 million subscribers. How does it actually feel to be on that level? And how does it feel because you've built that from nothing?
It's mental because that was always my goal. Like 1 million was always... It's weird because there is literally no way to say this without coming across very arrogant, right? But I said to my cousin when I started, I was like, I will hit 1 million.
I love that.
And I don't know if that's from arrogance or just confidence, but I don't know. As I said, when I was just on that same number for a long time, there was a little bit of doubt start creeping in my mind. Like, you've been doing it 7 years, you've only hit 100k. Well, do the maths. You're still going to be doing this when you're 80. But as I said, that video blew up and we got there. But it was weird actually hitting the 1 million because I didn't know where to go from then. I didn't know whether to. I thought, oh, my next video's got to be this massive banger.
Yeah.
And that kind of made me a bit lazy as well because I thought, I've hit it now.
I think it actually says a lot about the whole social sphere in general, that actually if you don't have a goal or target to shoot towards, then you're just aimlessly publishing content and with nothing to try to grab. So kudos to you for actually having a goal in the first place.
Yeah, nice one, man. I always think that I always say to like up and coming YouTubers that want my advice as if I can offer it, it's all about little wins. So instead of okay, it's good to have that 1 million goal there, but it's good to maybe think, right, I'm gonna aim for 20k, and when I get 20k, I'm going 50. Then I'm going 100, and you're still getting them wins. So you're still getting those little dopamine rushes. You're still like going to that next bit. If your goal is so far out there, it's good to have them goals, but you might constantly feel like you're not even getting on the first level of that ladder. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to have them little wins that you can hit.
Jack, let's talk about YouTube as an actual platform. What is so powerful about it?
Where to start, mate? Where to start? It's crazy, isn't it? Just how big it is now. I think the fact that a woman can put a cat in a bin and get like 10 million views or whatever it is just shows you the power of it. It just gives everyone a voice, really. Depending on how loud that voice is depending on how lucky you get, I guess, because there's a lot of luck is a big element of it, I think. But it's literally just giving anyone the power to have a voice and to have an audience. Because if we go back 20 years, how would I, in a shed, get an audience unless I get put on primetime BBC One, which would not happen if I'm in a shed. Doesn't make sense. So yeah, the voice and the audience, I guess.
In your very humble opinion, what are the key pillars of an excellent video purposed for YouTube?
Again, that's another hard question because I think YouTube is so diverse that certain things can work for certain content creators that may not work for others. But stuff that's worked for me, I'll tell you something that's sort of the same across the board is the way the video looks when it's on the homepage. So the thumbnail, the keywords, the title, all that obvious stuff. There's actually websites now you can go on, third-party websites, where you put your title of what you're thinking of calling your video, and it will come up with the best 50 tags based on that. I don't know if you know about that. But another thing I would say, if you go in more sort of the content itself rather than how it looks, is for me, and I think for a lot of other YouTubers that have sort of kind of made it, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, it doesn't actually matter what kind of quality the video is. So as long as you're not filming on a potato, you're all right. Like, I film on this basically. Well, this is the older model. I've obviously broken this one, but, so I don't film on this exact one. But I just film on little point and shoots, and I've got a couple of box lights. I don't use a mic.
You've got 1 million subscribers, and this.
Yeah, mate.
Fair play.
If it films, it does the job. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's not exactly that one. But I don't use a mic. I don't use any of that. It's more about what you're saying. Is the content funny? Are people getting from the content what you're trying to give out? Do you know what I mean? So if it's an educational video, are they getting that kind of? If it's a comedy video, are they laughing? It doesn't matter if it's a high-end piece of content. If it was, they'd go and watch it in the cinema or on TV or something like that.
A massive thing for people starting on YouTube is the views. They're obsessed with the views, and obviously your view count is astronomical in terms of the average YouTuber,
right? In
my opinion.
Okay.
What is it that gets you that many views?
I think for me I think it's always about finding a niche, right? So even if you are going to play the game and go on trends, make it your own and make it a niche. Give someone a reason to want to watch you above the 500 other people that are doing similar content. Now with me, this sounds mental, but my niche is just honesty, right? Because I went to a lot of YouTube meet and greets. I've met a lot of big YouTubers, and I didn't really like who they were because I thought on camera they come across very family friendly, chubby bunny challenge, all this stuff like marshmallows in the mouth, and when you meet them, a lot of them, they're not very nice people, right? I don't want to cause any controversy on your channel, but they're not very nice people. So I thought, I'd like to think I'm a nice guy, not blowing my own trumpet, right? I can't, I've tried. But I think because I'm very honest about stuff, I'm not afraid to call out the bigger guys and stuff like that. A lot of the younger audience have started to realise the same stuff about certain people in the community, so they come to me for that honesty. So I think the moment I started really just not holding back anything and just going big on the honesty, that's when people really started to resonate with it.
So, honesty and pick a niche.
Yeah, niche, definitely. You can, as I said, you can play the trends. You need to play the trends. If there's a big talking point that everyone's talking about, of course jump on it, because that's what everyone wants to hear. But find a quirky way of doing it. Don't just sit like be a sheep.
Your channel gets deleted today. Yeah. You have to start again.
Right.
Would you do anything differently?
Yeah, I would. As I was saying before, obviously I call other YouTubers out for certain things. That's kind of my niche now.
Most things.
Yeah, anything I can find. I spent a big proportion of my beginning, sort of 3 or 4 years, not wanting to say anything about them guys because I saw them as a stepping stone to where I need to go.
Okay.
So I would often just ignore the bad stuff they were doing. If I was to restart, I would just think, don't worry about it, mate. Just say what you want to say. If people disagree with you, who cares? Look at Piers Morgan. People do you know what I mean?
True.
People disagree with him, but he's still getting the views, the traction, and earning a lot of money. So, and another thing I would say is always make people feel. So whether they don't make them come to your video and just click off because it's nothing. If they hate you, they hate you.
You've got to make them feel something.
Yeah, they're
so important.
Exactly, 100%. They're still gonna. They might even still share your content if they don't like who you are. Look at Arsenal Fan TV.
Well, they will. They'll say, "This is absolutely outrageous. Can't believe this guy is saying this."
And then it creates a discussion. And just the worst thing is not being hated. The worst thing is not being cared about.
Yeah, no, it's super true, and I've been familiar with that with myself. And again, one of the things I always say to businesses, they're worried about putting a piece of content out there that might get them a negative reaction, even though it's totally in line with their company goals.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't want to say this because we don't want to annoy Barry down the road in the gardening centre. It's like, actually, you know what? Just be confident, push the content out, as long as it's not completely out of line.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You are always going to annoy someone for something. So just be honest about it. Some of my best brand deals I've ever done is when companies have come to me and said, promote this product, and I've gone, can I joke about the money you're paying me? And they've gone, yeah. Can I joke about your product as well? Yeah. And then you feel more real, and then they see a bigger return because I'm being more honest about the product, rather than going, look at this. This is the best mouse pad I've ever had in my life.
Let us know your thoughts on YouTube as a social media platform. As always, fire away with your questions, rants, problems, and we will answer them as best as you can. Please drop below a comment if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook and LinkedIn. And if you're on Twitter, don't forget to use the hashtag social sessions and tag us. We are at The Digital Boss. Jack, thanks ever so much.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Pleasure.
And see you guys soon.